today we are back inside of Run a Restaurant, and today is going to be a big day for a video. We're going to be going ahead and deleting this entire setup that we just built to make the ultimate amounts of money and stuff like that, because honestly, we have enough cash. We have 200 million. We're not going to need any more, but it's time we get rid of this and make our own amazing restaurant to show off, and I think it would be a pretty fun idea. So let's go ahead and get into this. So yeah, here we are back inside of Run a Restaurant, and today we're going to be deleting everything inside of our restaurant, going back to a clean slate and just pretty much starting over, because honestly, as cool it is to make a lot of cash, I can't really make some fun videos with just using this restaurant because, well, one, it's not my original design, and two, I feel like I can't be creative with it. So let's go ahead and just pretty much, well, we're gonna delete everything. As simple as that. Yup, literally everything in this is just gonna be deleted, and we're gonna be starting over. I have some pretty cool ideas. I think we're gonna make a really cool restaurant. This is gonna be a pretty long video because I do want to show me making the whole thing and trying to, come up with some of the designs as I go. But I'm gonna go ahead and delete all of this, and I'll see you guys once I'm ready. All right, so I have a vision in my head of something I want to do, and first off, we're going to need our luxury walls and everything, so let's just grab those first off. So I think we're going to start over here in this corner somewhere, maybe right here. We're going to start there, and then we're going to end off around right here, I'm pretty sure, so let's do that. And then I guess let's put another wall here. That should be good. We'll do something like that to start. I guess, and then we'll indent somewhere right there. I'm not sure what I want to do for that area yet, but let's just do the corners. Okay, I kind of messed up that one. Let's delete that. Okay, perfect. So we have that so far for the basic kind of look. Now, I think what we're going to do for the middle, we need to find a specific type of wall we want to go with, because I do want to make this as cool as we can, okay? I want to make sure we have all different types of walls used and, literally just everything. So I'm pretty sure we can kind of just go with the gray normal pattern, which we can just go with these. I'm going to have to buy those easier. Or we can go with the studio window, which I think would also be pretty cool. I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's just buy both and see which one looks best. Because I do have, like I said, I have a vision for how I want this to look. So let's just buy all of those first. And then we'll go and buy the studio. Actually, I'm going to buy studio everything since I don't have any of this. And we're also going to buy which one gives the little rock looking wall? I think it's this one, just the normal gray stuff. So let's grab some of this as well in case we need it. Now, I want to head back. Let's see what this looks like. So we can either do the studio window, which will look like this. If we do that, that looks pretty good. Or we can go ahead and get rid of the studio. Actually, hold on. Let's keep it on both sides so we can see what looks better. We'll use that one, and then we'll also go ahead and grab ourselves the... Where is it at? Okay, apparently it's just not here. The gray window, dude. Where is the gray window at? It is literally not even in my inventory. I'm so confused. Gray tile wall, gray this. Where's the window? All right, finally found it. Okay, so yeah, we either have this side, which looks like this, or we have this side over here, which is more of a whitish type glass and wall. Honestly, I think the studio is not the studio. The studio's looking worse, I'm gonna say, because the white doesn't really blend in enough with the luxury wall. So we're gonna take that. And then we're going to take the gray window and we're going to kind of do this on both sides. Okay, something like that to start off. I have a vision that we're going to do. So now from here, we're going to go ahead and kind of do this again. Let's go in like this. I think should be good from there. And then we'll put that wall again. Then we're going to kind of take our normal walls, I think. Let's do something like that, right? Then let's even it out on this side. So we have the same type of box, like so. I think that's looking good. Now, from here, what we're going to do is we're going to get some flooring. I think we're going to use the yellow carpet because it kind of goes with the theme. So let's do something like that, maybe. I think that looks pretty sick. All right. Now, just hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I got a vision. Like I said, I got a vision in mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of use this as like a little display. So we're going to have to remove at least one wall on each side so I can actually put in the back area. So for the back area, I think we're going to end up using the luxury normal wall. So let's do that. So we'll put that in, fill that up. Then we'll fill this up. Okay, perfect. How's that looking? Oh, that is looking neat. Okay. All right. So this is looking pretty sick so far. So now what we're going to do is let's delete the windows in the front so I can actually envision how I want this to be. So let's grab all of this out. All right. Is it looking too much orange though? I feel like it's looking too orange. I don't know. Hold on. Okay, I'm liking that. Okay, so let's put this red in here. Hold on. The red is kind of giving a good vibe right now. It's like, I don't know. It just feels like it works. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I want to kind of make this like a little bit of a display. And you know what? I think we need to remove the back wall. Why can't I do it? You are too far away. Dude, I'm literally right there. What are you talking about? All right, we're going to delete that. We're going to delete this, and then delete this. And we need to make that just the plain luxury wall. So let's do that, and let's do that. All right, how's that look? Shouldn't look too weird now, right? Yeah, that looks way better. That definitely looks better. Now, I think I'm also going to remove the side walls and just make those normal luxuries too. Yeah, that looks way better. There was too much kind of going on with that design. All right, then let's delete these and then kind of do that. And then we're going to delete these and kind of do that and then delete this. Okay. Yeah, that looks way better. That looks so good. All right. Okay, I'm not going to lie. This is starting to look really good. Okay, so what I'm doing is we're kind of going in by 3. And then I think, wait, hold on. Do we put one on the third one? 1, 2, 3. Do I put? Yeah, so on the third and fourth. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We kind of got these little spotlights going on. You guys will see in a second what I kind of have in mind for this. And honestly, I think it's looking so good, especially at night too, where it kind of like beams down a little bit. So now I have paintings somewhere in here. I bought a bunch of stuff I want to try out here. So we have large paintings, small paintings, and the other ones. Now, I've never really used these, so we're going to kind of like display these here a little bit. And I think what I want to do is we're going to kind of use the normal ones and kind of place these down here, I think. Something like that until we get a decent looking picture, okay? That one just looks terrible. So yeah, this is gonna take me a bit. Hold on. All right, so it's been a little bit. I had to kind of go and remove everything and indent it by 1 so I could add a little bit more decorations out the front. But this is kind of what we're working with right now. Honestly, I think it's looking pretty sweet. I kind of use these as like a little showcase design, and I think it's looking pretty cool. We've got my little stats inside of there, so you can see how many customers I've served, all that good stuff, how much money I made, and, you know, got some palm trees. I don't know how I feel about the white carpet, to be honest. I think I might remove the white carpet and use the yellow carpet out here. I think that's looking really good, actually. I think the white is just too much to like blend in. Yeah, that's looking way better, actually. I like that a lot. So this is what we're working with so far. Then we got this nice little entrance in over here, in which I am trying to use up some different, you know, walls and stuff like that. So everything's not all just the same, but I think this is looking pretty good so far. Now, I don't know how to really build too well is the issue. So we're gonna have to figure out some stuff here, okay? Now, I think we're gonna kind of sleekly just go ahead and use these marbles as like little indents on the sides of each wall here, kind of like this, and then we're gonna block that off so you can easily come inside and then head upstairs each way like this, I think is what we're gonna do for that. So let's go ahead and kind of block that off now with some walls so that obviously you're not just seeing this everywhere. Let's go ahead and do like that. And then we'll have this little entryway there. And then let's go and do the same thing on this side. And then we'll have this entryway there. So it's kind of looking, it's looking a little rough right now, but just trust the process. Now I need to see, I don't think I have something in my inventory that I absolutely need, which is the luxury doorways. Somehow I don't have them and I don't know why. Unless I just can't find it in my inventory. I know I have it though. Like, I just have so much in my inventory right now that I can't find it. And I know we have them because I wouldn't have deleted them. Let's see. Gray walls. We got the walls. Gray wall. Gray entryway. Studio entryway. Speakeasy entryway. Luxury. Yeah, see? I just don't have them for some reason. I'm confused. I don't know where they went. I literally had them and then they're just now gone. So we're going to have to get creative here. I guess we're going to use the studio little doorway and kind of do this. And you know what? I think I might just continue the studio look all around this because, you know, I don't know. I'm not that good at being creative, but I'm trying, okay? I'm trying my best here. So let's take the studio walls. So it's like kind of sleek and flat like that. I think that's looking pretty good. Yeah, I think that's looking good. And then we'll have like the little entryways upstairs. I don't know. Does that look weird? Does that look a little weird? I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually. But anyways, those are going to lead upstairs for now. I think that's looking decent. All right. Now, what do we want to do for the rest? This is going to be hard to figure out here. What do we do with this little gap? I guess we're going to start by placing some windowed walls here, I guess? I don't know. Or should we not show that part of the base? Because I feel like that's going to look a little weird. Let's get luxury walls. Let's kind of indent by like 4, kind of block out that little like, you know, spot right there. We'll indent by 4 again, like so. Or I think that was too many. I think that was 5. Okay. So we got this design so far. I'm going to have to figure out the rest. All right. So this is what we're looking like. I kind of wanted to go with like a unique kind of style look. I don't know how I feel about this still, but I mean, I guess it's looking pretty cool, to be honest. Maybe just the back way, because I didn't put, like, anything over there. I just made it kind of, like, straight across. But I added, like, this little, like, the royal little wall indents around every single, like, so often. And kind of just measured it all around to make it look like a nice little, like, mansion, I guess, type build. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like it's looking pretty cool so far. So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do about this situation over here. We'll have to figure out what we could do in those corners, but I think I have a plan, and honestly it might work out perfect, which is going to be to take our deluxe tip jars and kind of put these over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yup. And then we can evenly do that again on this side as well. So we have our 5 tip jars perfectly just situated over there, which is looking pretty good. So now we've got that out the way, and I guess we'll have to figure out more stuff we can do over there. Honestly, I think I might just put all the stuff, like, obviously we're gonna need the ice cream machine. I'll put that like right there in that corner. Then we'll go ahead and put the other one in that corner as well. I think that's looking good. I think it's looking good. Look at that. Okay. So now what I kind of want to do is we're going to be jumping like all over the place. So I think I'm going to put a trash can in front of each thing like that, just as like, you know, when you walk in and out, you could throw out your trash. I think that looks pretty decent right there. Then we need to figure out some other stuff. So what I want to do is if we head up to the top area, I kind of want to fence all of this off in like this dark little wood. Now, I don't know how we're going to do it, to be honest. We're going to have to figure it out. I don't know if it's going to go all the way around or if it'll just be like this little area around here. Because over here, it kind of would be like this. And that wouldn't work too well. So I don't know. We'll have to figure out what to do over there. But yeah, definitely for at least the corners and stuff, I want to put like little like, let's see, how would that look if I did something like that, right? And then we got the corners. And then let's say we did the corner, and then kind of like right here maybe, and then like right here maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So let's head back over there. Can I even get any more of these fences, or are they just not in stock? Let's see. Structure? No, I think it's decor. Yeah, okay, so we can get 2. All right, nice. We got two fences out of all the ones we're gonna need. So if we head back upstairs, right, can we kind of do this now and make it look like good? I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. I feel like it just looks a little weird. I don't know. See, this is where I get lost, is trying to figure out like the whole design of doing like the floors and stuff. Gets a little overwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. Gets a little overwhelming. So what can we do? What can we do for design? I guess let's start by laying down the carpet everywhere, because I do want to make like everything just nice and white for carpet, at least up here. So let's kind of do that, and then we'll lay up the carpet up here and there. So there we go. We got that looking nice all around this. We need to figure out what we're gonna do for the inside. This is where it gets overwhelming. I think we're just gonna do white carpet. I do love just having the white carpet everywhere, so let's kind of fill that in for now, so we at least have that situated. All right, let's do that. Perfect. Then we'll do this whole square into there. Perfect. And then this whole square. Boom. And then this whole ending. Bam. Okay, so we got the flooring down. That's looking a little bit better, so that we don't just have grass everywhere. Now, figuring out the seating and everything is going to be the hardest, and what we want to do with the whole inside of this place, that's going to be pretty hard. Now, I think what I want to do for the indents around here is kind of do it like you would do if you went to an actual restaurant. Usually they have kind of like these booths like this. Now, the only issue is I don't think it's going to fit. So what we're going to have to do is kind of do something like this. Now, obviously, I'm going to turn this into the better looking booths once I actually can. I just don't have the stuff I need for it right now. So we're going to kind of just do that for that. And then kind of like little every indent, we're going to make that like the little booth seating area, in which I think will look good. Okay, just kind of out of the way, little extra seating. And then I also did something pretty cool outside. I'll show you guys in a second. Now, I'm just trying to figure out, like, where are we going to put everything? Now, for over here in between each one, I want to make it look as nice as possible. So let's grab, like, maybe some of these orchids. No. Maybe like the dragon tree type thing. I don't know. See, I'm trying to figure out what's going to look good. And I also want to put decorations too. Like, we have this clock. I definitely want to add, like, maybe the clock, you know, on this side or something like that, you know, just as like actually having decorations places. And then I also bought TVs and stuff as well, so we can kind of, you know, put a nice little TV on each side, you know, like they could, I guess, well, the clock's kind of in the way now, so yeah, I think that looks good, though. We'll have one TV on that side, the clock over there, so, you know, these people could tell the time. They could be there. And then we're gonna kind of do the same thing on this side, per se, but let's say we put the TV on this side this time, and then we put the clock on this side this time, right? Just to switch it up a little bit. I think that's looking pretty good. We'll also need to get more booths since obviously I don't have enough to do so right now. We'll have to figure that out. But let's see, what else can we do? And also, this is what I did for the entranceway. I think this is looking pretty good. I added the dinosaur in here and then kind of closed it off with the little studio look, and I think it looks really good. And then did the plants with the coffee machine, kind of like that on each side, made it look a little like kind of, you know, similar. I think it's looking really sick though. Now this stuff's obviously gonna have to get replaced out to actually have some good stuff. So if I go to my manager, I'm gonna take off pretty much everything because we don't need that stuff. And let's go to buy. Let's do luxury booths. Let's buy again. Let's do luxury tables as well, since I don't have any of that stuff for some odd reason. And then we'll also go ahead and get ourselves the, not the picnic table. Wait, what am I looking for? I actually don't know. But we ended up just getting 3 luxury booths, actually. So let's kind of take away 3 of these for now so we can see what it would look like. Yeah, that's going to look way better in the end once we get that all replaced out. That'll look so good. All right, so we got that situation going. We need to figure out what we can do for the rest here, though. We need to figure out a plan. We have also these little structures, which I think look pretty cool, too. We'll put one, like... No, not there. That looks a little too crowded. Maybe, like... I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. I think it's looking pretty cool so far inside. All right, so what I did so the restaurant isn't so insanely big inside is I actually went ahead and kind of replaced some of the fridges back there. So we kind of have that all boxed off as like our fridge little section, okay? So all of that is full of fridges. We'll have that going. And then we just have this main open inside part, which is where I'm going to kind of mess up a lot, all right? I'm not that good at building interiors, but we're just kind of doing this to make a fun little, like, extra, you know, cool restaurant. So let's grab the stuff we're going to need, which is going to be this. We're going to need the penthouse. We're going to need the luxury, not luxury. We're going to need the penthouse. Apparently, it's just gone. Where's the penthouse tables? All right, there it is. The penthouse table. So there we go. So now let's figure out how we want to do the kitchen. I think I'm going to make the whole back part kind of like the kitchen. So let's do 2 there. And then we'll kind of do 2 more over there for the stove. So we'll have that going. And then let's do another fridge because we're going to need, I guess let's just do 2 fridges out in the front like that too. Then we'll do our order stands we're going to need as well. I guess we'll put those 2 kind of like that. And then what else do we need? We need our dishwashers. Yeah, we need those as well. So I'm going to put those 2 there. And then we need our actual dishwasher as well. So let's do that. I think that's looking pretty decent back there for like all the workers to work. I don't know. I'm probably going to end up deleting this soon because I don't know. Maybe some professional. Is there a professional like restaurant builder that could work with me for a video to make like a really insane looking restaurant? I feel like that would be a pretty fun video too because I don't know. I just love building in this game and making like super fun restaurants. It's actually pretty fun. That's kind of why I decided to delete the other one because there wasn't so much content I could do with that. But anyways, let's start off placing some of these tables. So I think we're going to do 1 right here to kind of start. We'll put 1 right there, and then let's kind of do the same thing, which is right there, I'm pretty sure, right? Then let's start putting our chairs down. So boom, 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 boom. We'll do something like that. Then let's head over here. Let's do another boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's looking pretty decent. I like that so far. Yup, okay. Then again, once we get the boost, that's going to be filled over there. So don't worry. That's going to be looking good soon. Then let's take another table and chair, right? Let's do something like right there. And then let's take it over here. And I think it goes right here, if I'm correct. Yeah, okay, perfect. Now, I don't have enough chairs to actually fill this whole thing up, unfortunately. So we are going to have to get the surfboard tables and the surfboard chairs. Yep, the Adirondack chairs as well. So let's grab some of those. We'll do that. And then let's go over here. And do that as well. Okay, that's looking good so far. Looking good, looking good. I'm trying to make a layout like most people do, you know, in these types of games where people kind of do like these little layouts. That's what I'm trying to like kind of replicate right now. Then we'll do this, and let's put the other Adirondacks kind of like this. I think that's looking good. Right? Is that looking cool so far? Maybe so. I don't know. Oh no. What did I do? I messed up my perfect restaurant, dude. All right, and then let's take this and kind of put the penthouse things around this one as well. Okay. Then let's take the more surfboards. We'll put one here, here, and here. I think we should be able to fill this all in. Let's see. Boom. And then boom. Oh no, we're out. We're out of all the good stuff. All right, I guess we'll have to use a few luxuries. So we'll kind of have that going on as like the little eating vibes, okay? I don't really know. I'm not so good at this. I guess that should be pretty good for now. All right, this is what we got so far. So I ended up painting above the stove over here. Kind of, we're going to get another one, place that over there. I did finish up the booth section on each side, so we've got that going so far. This whole thing, I kind of changed up this little theme inside because it was looking a little weird upstairs. So we've got that kind of going on for right now, okay? And then now you can actually go upstairs just from outside, and there we go. And now kind of up here is the upstairs, in which we're gonna have like all of our farming stuff. Don't really know how I'm gonna do this because now I don't know how to make one of those really good farms anymore, but I'm gonna just try to figure it out and to make it the best we kind of can. So let's kind of just do like, I guess, something like that there, right? And then we'll kind of do the same thing in this corner. I guess like that, right? I guess. And then we can kind of put some more wheat down over there. Actually, no, wheat should all just be together, to be honest. I guess let's just fill this whole thing up over here of just wheat as much as we can. So like, I guess right there is good. So that's all the wheat we need, right? Then we're going to go ahead and do our pumpkins, which I don't know how we're going to do this. I'm just going to kind of place down everything and hope it just goes well. So let's just do all of the pumpkins towards this whole back section over here. I think this should be good. So we'll have that in that. And then we also have our little coffee beans, which I'm going to place down as well, as many as we can. So let's see. How many can we do? Probably like, I guess that should be enough. So we have that whole situation going on. Then we have our little beehives, which I guess I'm just going to place somewhere like along the lines here. We'll just do something like this. I think should be good. How many can we place? Okay, so we have that going. We also have our little back room over there. And then we've got our greenhouse, which we'll need to place down somewhere. I don't know where we're going to place this down. I guess we'll figure out a spot. But yeah, that's probably going to wrap it up for this video. So let me know what you guys think so far. Honestly, I think it's looking pretty cool, if I must say so. Honestly, it doesn't look half bad, to be honest. At least like the outside structure of it is looking really good. I don't know about like the inside. But yeah, maybe someone can help me out, make like a really good restaurant or something. But yeah, that's probably gonna wrap it up for today. I hope you guys did enjoy though. Let me know what you guys think about this build. Honestly, I don't know, I feel like it looks pretty decent. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys, I also added like these little picnic tables out here too, which is kind of cool. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy though. Let me know what you guys think, and well, I'll see you guys in the next one.